Rumely Noble. Just a couple quick reminders. If you would all please put your cell phones on mute. And afterwards, we also invite you to stick around. We have lunch over there on the other side of the wall. With that, I'd like to introduce Director of Athletics, Doug Gillen.
All right, thank you. Well, thank you. It's really, you're supposed to save clapping for Sarah, but thank you all for being here, and certainly thanks everybody that's joining on Facebook Live and on the internet. A super exciting day for us. Anytime we have the opportunity to hire a head coach at Appalachian, it is a big day for us. We want to thank Sarah's husband, TS, for being here. I'll get that right. TS is here. It's not, when we talk about family and talk about family as an athletic department, it's the entire family. And so we're excited that you're here, and thanks for driving from Baton Rouge to be here today. I want to thank McKinney Thompson. McKinney is here somewhere for, thank you, McKinney, for leading the search committee and doing a great job. I want to thank our student athletes for being patient with us as we completed the process, and we think we killed it. How about that? We killed it. So a couple of quick things. As we were looking through this, certainly a national search. As you can imagine, this is a high-profile job in Division I. A lot of interest and very excited, obviously, that Sarah's here. But one of the things I want to talk about as we looked through the process and talked to different folks was certainly those that aligned with our core values and of academic integrity, first and foremost, recruiting student athletes that can compete in the classroom and graduating our student athletes. Secondly, making sure that we are socially responsible. We all realize, our student athletes realize, that they represent something bigger than themselves. They represent all of Appalachian, those before us and those current and those that will come after us. Thirdly, we want to win. And certainly, Sarah and I had numerous conversations about our expectations for competitive excellence, and that's winning the conference championship and playing the NCAAs. That's what we're here for at Appalachian, and certainly we had alignment with our goals. And fourthly, a world-class experience, us continuing to provide world-class experience for our student athletes, and that's what we'll work together on and what that means, whether that's travel training. Obviously, what we have here from a nutritionist, psychology, all of the services that we provide for our student athletes, academics, gym space, obviously with the new Harrell Center being done and really benefiting volleyball. We're really looking forward for the first real fall for that, spring and fall for that to benefit our student athletes. So super excited. Thanks everybody for being here, and again for tuning in online. This is really a great day for App State volleyball. And Sarah, without further ado, please take the podium and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming out this morning. And first of all, I'm just humble and excited to be the next leader of App State volleyball. And I want to thank Chancellor Everts, Doug, thank you, McKinney, and the rest of the search committee for just entrusting this program with me and believing in my vision that I have for the program. The energy in this athletic department, it's been evident, and it was really clear in my conversations throughout the entire hiring process that Doug and McKinney are committed to making App volleyball great. And I couldn't be more excited to be the leader of that. And every person that I've come into contact with thus far, they've been incredibly welcoming to me, and I'm just excited to lead this program. When I came on my interview, I was fortunate enough to meet with 3 of my players. I have a handful of my players back here with me today. And in speaking with them, they were really excited to work hard, to get after it. And their energy and their excitement for the sport and for the program, it got me really excited as well. We had our first practice this morning, and we got after it. Every drill that we did today was centered around finding a way to win before we moved on to the next. It was fast-paced, there was a ton of energy, and we were able to really instill some good foundations of standards and expectations for the program that we're going to have moving forward. And I can't wait to get back in the gym again tomorrow morning. My coaching philosophy, it centers around developing women who are going to pursue excellence in every area of their life, on the court, in the classroom, and in the community. We're going to create a challenging environment, but it's going to be positive, and it's going to be a memorable experience for our players, where volleyball is just the avenue for us to build champions. I always want to be a coach who values my players for who they are above what they do, and that's important to me. Our program is going to be centered around excellence. We're going to fight every day to be excellent at everything we do. We even got a chat this morning with the team about how we're going to be excellent at fueling our bodies before morning practice, because sometimes that can be hard when it's early in the morning. So as we chase great and pursue excellence, success on the court will follow. I was brought here, as Doug alluded to win games and conference championships, and I welcome those expectations. And I truly believe that App State is a really special place, and I'm excited to recruit future athletes here. I look forward to capitalizing on our recruiting footprint here in the Carolinas, but I'm excited to use the existing relationships that I have in the Midwest and even down further into Florida. Recruiting is the lifeline of any program, and I'm excited to bring great athletes here to Boone. Alumni, I can't wait to meet you. I'm looking forward to connecting and creating an alumni weekend in the fall, and to really honor the hard work of those that came before and the foundation that they've laid for this program. I'm excited to engage with the Boone community. Already, I've met some amazing people, and as a team, we're excited to be out in the community, to serve, to be able to give back, but also to be able to raise excitement about our volleyball team and our program. Volleyball is a great sport. It's fast, it's athletic, it's fun, and we have amazing women in our program. We're excited to put together a product on the court that App State's going to be excited about and that the Boone community will want to support. Lastly, I want to thank my husband, T.S., who he's here with me today. He's been my #1 supporter since day one, and I'm excited to have him on my team as we go on this journey. You know, as a family, we're excited to plant our lives here and root ourselves in this community. It's a great day to be a Mountaineer, and I'm excited to get to work. So if there's any questions.
Hey, Coach, welcome back to Boone. I think you've mentioned fast a couple times, and I guess why is that important? How does that kind of play out and look when you talk about doing things at a fast pace?
Yeah, that's a great question. So volleyball is pretty quick. You know, rallies are going to be anywhere from 6 to 10, 15 seconds, and it's quick. We're in and we're out. And so our practices need to make sure that we're fast-paced, that we're able to respond to that we get going. And even the tempo of the game, volleyball's evolved a bunch in the last handful of years, and the tempo of offenses are incredibly fast. And so we need to be able to match that. We are going to speed up the tempo of our offense to be able to play faster. And so the fast-paced environment of how we're going to train is going to help us in all those areas.
You mentioned recruiting being a lifeblood, and I know you've been recognized for that. What are some of the keys as you evaluate and go on the recruiting trail that you kind of are staples of the way you look at recruiting?
Yeah, first of all, we're going to recruit great people, and we're going to build relationships. It's about telling people who we are and them wanting to be a part of this program. Personally, for me, I like to recruit athletes, people who their best volleyball is in their future, and so that we can build them. I'm a teacher by nature. I love to teach the game. Even in the gym this morning, I had told the girls, I said I was planning on talking about this next week, but I have to stop, and we're going to teach this right now. And so even already, you know, I'm a teacher by nature, so I like to be able to bring in athletes that I can teach, and they're going to get better into their junior year, into their senior year, and hopefully continue to play after that.
To get started so quickly with meeting people and practicing right off the bat, what's that like for you? Just I'm sure everything's going 100 miles an hour, but to kind of throw that all into one mix right away.
It's been great. It's been a ton of energy around me. Everybody that I've met has been excited, and I'm really excited to be here. So I've been more antsy. I've been ready to get in the gym. You know, the snow held us back a couple of days, so I've been ready to go. But finally, we were able to get in this morning, and we're ready to hit the ground running.
Maybe a couple more for me. You're an accomplished player at the college level. How did that kind of shape the coach that you became or wanted to become, and the influences that had on you making that transition.
Absolutely. So I always, in my collegiate career specifically, I was surrounded by amazing coaches that helped shape me into who I was as a person. And that really was what springboarded my desire to get into college coaching. And even when I was in high school, I was coaching a middle school team with my dad. My dad is a lifelong coach. He still coaches a high school volleyball team. And so I've always been a coach. But I think something that's unique about my experience is I've gotten to see a lot of different levels. Even playing internationally, I've gotten to see different styles of play along the way. I think that that's helped shape me, pulling little nuggets from everywhere that I've been to help shape me into the coach that I am as I continue to learn and grow and evolve as a coach too.
Maybe last one for me, not to force you to tell your life story, but just the important role that volleyball has played in your life, kind of maybe a little bit of a, how did it enter your life, and why is it such an important thing to you?
Yeah, so I started playing volleyball before I was on a formal team because my older sister played. And so my dad was coaching the 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade teams at our grade school growing up. And so I started playing. And even my family background, my dad always got together with his buddies from college, and they played big volleyball tournaments all the time. So they always played in the grass outside. So I've kind of had a ball in my hand for a while, but didn't really play formally. But volleyball's meant everything to me. I'm incredibly competitive, and it was an avenue that I could really shape that competitiveness and use it in a good way. Because when you have it inside of you, you've got to let it out somewhere. And so it was a great avenue for me to be able to compete, to pour my heart and soul into something. And the life lessons that I have learned through this sport, they have shaped me into the person that I am. And the coaches that have impacted my life, they've all shaped me along the way, and that's the coach that I hope to be.
Thank you. All right, we're good. That concludes our press conference. We just have a few photos to take, and thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for joining us online.